Good morning, everybody. Today, what I'm going to do is just show you how autopilot or NIO pilot works in the ET7, and I'm going to talk about a little bit about what I think about it compared to EC6 in China and all that sort of thing. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how it works. Right now, I'm in autopilot. As you can see, I'm keeping the lane pretty decently. All that stuff, no problem. I'm going to disengage in a second and show you how everything works. So hang on a second. All right. All right, so Mom, come in closer. So right now I disengage the autopilot. To engage, you just press this button right here.
Pilot is on.
And Nomi tells you pilot is on, and now we're on. She's maintaining speed, lane, all that stuff, just as you would expect. We're on the German Autobahn, of course. So what can we do here? I'm gonna put my hands back on the steering wheel just to be safe. But first thing we can do is we can adjust the speed by going up or down right here. If you just click one time, it's just 1 kilometer an hour different. You can hold it down to go increments of 5 or 10. So now we're at 120. There goes that guy, probably 150 or so. I'm going to go back down to 110. I want to maintain this 110 speed in this right lane for a while. So that's one thing you can do. On this side over here, if you press left or right, you can adjust the following distance of the car to the vehicle in front of you. So you can increase your following distance or decrease. We're going to catch up to this car ahead of us, so I will speed up. And we can see how the car reacts when we approach a car. He's going pretty fast. Yeah, just film him. We're going to see. I'm not going to hit the brakes or anything. We're going to see how the car reacts as we get closer. So now we're starting to slow down. We've achieved our following distance. We were at 127, and now we're pacing that guy in front of us at 107. And I'm going to decrease my following distance. Okay, so that's how that works. Other things we can do, we might need to turn the defroster on. It looks kind of nasty in here, yeah? Yeah, Mom?
Yeah.
So other things we can do is, hold on. So Mom, come over here and look. Right here.
Oh, okay.
So this button right here, this is for automatic lane change. Now in China, the car itself can automatically decide when it wants to change lanes, but that I guess is currently illegal or against the regulations in Germany. So right now I have it on, so I have to control the lane change. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Please control the steering.
I put my indicator on. Nomi says control the steering, and I just steered it to the next lane. And now she auto detects, so the car auto detects the proper lane. I'm gonna speed up and pass this guy. And now Mom, come down here again. I'm gonna put it on auto lane change, so that's when, as you can see, hopefully, it's gonna do the lane change by itself. So now I'm gonna go back into the other lane, put my indicator on. Can you see over here? It chooses the lane, and it does it for us. And then I turn off my indicator, and we're back in business. And so that's basically really all you can really do with NIO Pilot here in Germany so far. I'm sure they'll continue to add upgrades to it. Like currently in China, they have the NIO Pilot Plus beta in progress, which is more like full autonomous driving, like you see in a Tesla. So my impressions so far of autopilot in Germany or in Europe with the ET7, it's behind what they have in China. Just the standard NIO Pilot is not as advanced. Like I said, you don't have the automatic lane change. But there are some things that I do find that are better. And I would say the biggest one, let me pass this guy. The biggest improvement that I find in the ET7 and so far in NIO Pilot is that when we take on a turn, like Mom, if you look at this turn, it's pretty light turn, easy turn to make. In China, especially, like, let's say last year, let me turn this off, it's too loud. Okay, so in China, especially like when I first got my car, a turn like this would cause the NIO Pilot to really slow down. Like even just a really gradual kind of slow bank turn like this would cause the car to maybe go from 120, or we're at 130 right now, but it would cause it to go from like 120 in China to, let's say, down to 70 or something to make a really gradual turn. But in this car, in I guess the iteration of NIO Pilot we have now, the car can maintain its speed even on turns, which is really good. I really appreciate that because it was a little bit rough back then with NeoPilot. But they did actually improve NeoPilot quite a bit in the time that I had the EC6 in China. Yeah, okay. So even in the time that I had the EC6 in China, they did improve the NeoPilot a lot. Like they eliminated phantom braking entirely. And they made it so that the turns you could take turns at a decent speed, but they still slowed down quite a bit. But here I find that the car maintains the speed through the whole turn. It's really gotten a lot better. Now, one thing that I find isn't quite as good as China and my car there was here this car sometimes has problems finding the lane or maintaining the lane. On the highway right now, it's no problem. On the highway right now, it's no problem. But there are sometimes in less well-marked highways, I've noticed that, it really has trouble maintaining the lane. And of course, if the highway isn't marked properly, then the car's going to struggle. But I find that it probably should. Like the lanes aren't that bad. Like maybe there's a temporary lane for a construction zone or a detour, and there's still lane markings. But what I've noticed is the car struggles, and it doesn't like veer off and kill you or anything. But you might need to really be vigilant about maintaining your hands on the wheel and making sure the car is going in the right direction and maintaining a lane and not swerving into another lane. And that's pretty much all we really have for NeoPilot in Europe so far. It's great for the highway, just like right now. It's ideal. I know one other thing, I guess we could try it. Right now we have unlimited speed here. One other thing is you can set your autopilot on the Autobahn to 180. That's the max. So I'm gonna freak my mom out right now. So right now the autopilot's at 180. We're approaching the turn. I'm gonna cancel that because I'm scaring myself too. So we got up to 170. We got up to 170. You can set it to 180. It's a little bit, I don't know if I trust it fully. I'd rather just drive myself at that speed because that's over 100 miles per hour. Yeah, and we have some tough conditions right now. It's -9 degrees. There might be some ice on the road. But that is one really cool thing is you can set it to 180 kilometers per hour out here on the Autobahn. If you are brave enough for that. And I guess the other thing to note is I was just at 170 and you can hear that the car is quite quiet in here still. The car is really well insulated. It's really quiet. I think you've seen that in other videos of mine, but I'm really happy with that aspect of the car as well. I know that's not NeoPilot, but it's something you probably noticed just now, and I thought I would comment on. So I guess that's about it for NeoPilot. Really, it's not that built out. You can't do a lot. I think a part of it is the regulations, like I said, here in Europe. But I'm sure over time it will come. So yeah, that's it. There we go. That's NeoPilot in Europe. And I'm going to put the defroster back on.
Peace out.
Peace out, yeah. Peace out. Oh, I guess one other thing we can try. Mom? Not try anything, but Mom, show Nomi?
Nomi, yeah.
Show her?
There.
So in China, when you put autopilot on, she pulls out a map and starts navigating. I want to see, I haven't really paid attention. Let's see if she does that here. So NeoPilot is on. She brings out glasses with the road. And yeah, that's cool, I guess. Slightly different, I think. That might be a new thing with the Platform 2 cars, or it might be a new animation Nomi has. Or maybe I just never noticed it before, I don't know. But usually when I would do autopilot in China, she'd always bust out a paper map. So, interesting. All right, that's it. Time to pass this truck and say goodbye.
All right.
All right,
Bye,
thanks,
everybody.
thanks, Mom.